it's kind of schizophrenic because it didn't really know what it wanted to be. So you've all pretty much been in the driving seat as far as black market music is concerned. Do you have a feeling that this album knows what it is?
Yeah, I said that. No, I think this album is, like Steve said before, it's a lot more coherent. I think it became sort of our classic rock record, I think. Yeah, we just, if anything that we wanted to do with this album was sort of to make more of an impact, more of sort of a tighter punch. Well, it's still full of emotion. I think the subject's covered on the third album. Subjects were covered before. I mean, there's a lot of lyrics to deal with heartbreak, loneliness, melancholia, but also there's sort of a new anger in this album, and sort of it's looking out and getting inspired by sort of what goes around, what happens around us. There's themes of racism, homophobia, voyeurism. So it's more angry.
About the songwriting process, you write music together, right? I read that it's an organic process, etc., etc.
It is. It's just. I mean, it's the thing is. I mean, the thing is about rock bands. It doesn't matter how big the band are. You can be as big as you two, but at the end of the day, you've got to go in and go in a room and just and knock music around. You know, and that's where we do it really. It is kind of music first, knocking out ideas from guitarists or drum ideas or bass or keyboards or whatever, and just start getting some kind of you know, grooves, tunes, stuff like that, and then and see what comes of it. It's an organic thing. It's, you know, it's you can't really elaborate on it that much. It's what it is. We've done stuff in sound checks on this tour. We can't really do it. We've just finished coming to the end of the festival season, which you can't really do. You can't write stuff in sound checks because there are no sound checks. But when you do your own shows, you know, we'll probably do this today. You know, knock some stuff around. That's the only chance we do get. But you know, yeah, there's stuff coming all the time. We're constantly writing. So. I'm going to make a country disco record next. Disco country.
What are you going to call it?
Country disco record by Placebo.
Country and western.
Yes.
By Rednecks. Cotton Eye Joe by Rednecks. And that's it. Cotton Eye Joe, yeah. And that's been our biggest influence recently, so we're going to make an album that sounds like Cotton Eye Joe.
Hi, we're Placebo. You're watching ZTV.
Run away from all your goodbyes. It's a maze for us to try. It's a maze for us to try.
Brian, about you do the lyrics, so I read that first you just do the melody and then you sing some garbage on it.
Gobbledygook, yeah.
Okay, so in your own voice.
Well, it's just, you know, it's important that the first spark of whatever the lyric is comes from the subconscious, basically. You know, people who sit down and bet, today I'm going to write a song about this subject. It's a bit too contrived, really. It's less honest. It's the Manic Street Preachers, you know. Basically, it doesn't come. That impetus is intellectual as opposed to kind of like responsive or emotional or instinctual, and that's kind of how it's very important that the first hook or whatever comes from the subconscious more than anything. You know, you know, there are two kinds of artists, basically. There's people who go, I can't really get my art together right now because, you know, I'm having troubles with my boyfriend or my girlfriend, or like, you know, I'm not feeling too good, I need some Xanax, you know, or some Prozac or something, you know. When I get my life together, then my art will, then I'll be able to concentrate on that. And I'll be able to concentrate on that. And there's another type of artist who basically, you know, just does it all the time, because that's what you do. It's like you eat, you breathe, you know, you go to the bathroom, and you make music. And it's always there. And we're of the second ilk.
What provides better inspiration, happiness or misery?
Both.
Have you ever bought music on black market?
Yes, actually. In the past, vinyls though, actually, not CDs, but go out and buy vinyl bootlegs.
Why? Because it was cheaper, easier to get, or?
Because there's some rare stuff on it.
Yeah, I think we all have, really.
It's just finding rarities. You know, we all love music, we all love buying music still. We have two problems, which is trying to walk past a pub and not going, and walk past a record store and not going. So.
Alright. Is there any confessions? No, not those confessions.
I'm actually a woman, yeah.
Who knew that? You said that you want to be together in 10 years, be together, be Placebo, keep making music. Is there...
Shit. Really?
Until you become the Rolling Stones, it's kind of, you know, it's a worthwhile prospect, you know. You kind of have to go through several processes of reinvention, really, in order to sustain freshness.
Okay. Are you in love at the moment?
Only with myself.
You guys.
Which is the biggest lie I've said in this entire interview.
Okay. Oh, with your music? Each other?
With music, definitely.
Say again?
Yeah, with music, for sure.
Okay.
I'm kind of in love with this dish that you get in England at Indian restaurants. It's called the chicken tikka masala. I'm kind of in love with that, you know.
Good.
I serve my head.
Music business and image. Do you also feel that having the right look is becoming more and more important?
Well, not really, no. You know, there are people who enjoy, I suppose, looking like they do when they go to the pub on stage. You know, which is perfectly fair enough. I mean, with grunge, there was a reaction against the star process and that kind of manufactured image, which was very which was necessary at the time. But I think, again, you know, it has to come from who you are as people in a non-calculated fashion. Otherwise, that's when it does become manufactured. It's just, if you don't have the music to back up, if you don't have strong music to back up a strong image, then you become Milli Vanilli, basically. And it just all depends on who you are as a person, as an individual, and what you feel like doing. And it also depends very, very much on your mood. You know?
Can beauty be bought?
No. And you become the bride of Waldenstein, you know? 75 facelifts and unable to make a cup of coffee or a slice of toast, and so requires $14 million in the divorce settlement. No, you can't really be bought. It's just as Pamela Anderson, you know, more than anything.
Beauty's so subjective that you can't really say if something's beautiful or not.
Can you do the hukka homen, the seven sailors in Swedish? You're not that okay. I was just wondering.
Can you suck your own dick?
No, because you have to have your ribs taken out to do that.
Do you? I don't know. I've seen people suck their own dick.
Okay, good.
And they didn't have their ribs taken out.
Okay. What do you feel sexiest in?
Somebody else.
Are you vain?
Completely.
Yeah.
As the next person.
Your own label, Elevator Music. any projects on that, or?
Yeah, I mean, we've basically been so busy with Placebo, but there's some projects in store. You know, there's people that we want to work with, people we want to sign, but we're just concentrating on us right now. So right now it's just basically an imprint. So.
Can anybody actually speak Japanese?
I'll need to order a beer. They have really good beer in Japan. It's, you know, there's the Kirin beer, and then there's Sapporo. And Kirin actually means giraffe, which is
Me?
Which is Steph, yeah.